Hello Reformers and welcome back to Nova Eaters. Now if you're looking for amazing deals on games, you can click the link in the description to g2a.com. It really helps me out and thank you for that. So yes, otherwise we have now arrived at the last fief that the Agonic Order have under their control, and as you can see there are a couple of vassals here that really kind of want to stop us, but it's a little bit weird because this guy's running away from us and this guy's running toward us, so I can assume that this guy has the coward trait perhaps, and this guy has the, well, stupid trait, I suppose. I don't actually know, but yeah. As you can see, 119, 71, okay, so we should be fine. And yeah, I didn't really rest too much, so we might be fighting with a little bit of a diminished force here, but apparently, oh my, apparently, yes, the king of the Nordic Union has now arrived. Oh no, well that's not too good, is it? Yes, he has arrived and he is besieging Reindeer Castle. But I don't think that's actually a bad thing. I think we're actually fine, and we'll be okay. I think it's a relatively... I was going to say easy thing to defend against, but I don't think so somehow, because the Nordic Union, they're very good, obviously. Their units are pretty hardy, you know, they've got some pretty good survivability and everything. Obviously they are using relatively similar units to us, but do bear in mind that some of the time, according to some of you in the comments, some of the time the units bug out a little bit. And that is the case with ours. So our units have actually a lot lower stats than would be otherwise available. So for example, the Huskarls I think would have about 6 Power Strike, 8 in Iron Flesh or something along those lines. They don't currently have that. As you obviously know, they don't obviously have that. Whereas they're meant to. They're actually meant to have a much higher stat line than they do. So yes, that's kind of annoying. There is a fix for it, but it's kind of complicated. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit in-depth, and we've been doing okay so far. So I don't know. I don't know whether stats really matter right now. I mean, obviously they do matter in the end, but I mean, yes, they would definitely be able to do a lot more, but I don't know, we seem to be doing fine. We're going to be getting some new units in the next stage, according to some of you as well. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. Because, well, I'm always happy to get some new units. We didn't actually get any new units at stage 6. And apparently stage 7 is when you get the last batch of new units. So hopefully we're going to check those out after a few days. I think there's going to be a couple more days until the next Kingdom Management report, and that will then obviously give us that extra technological advancement level, and then we'll be perfectly fine. So let's just charge in against these guys right here. We're going to have to try and disrupt their archers a little bit at least. I mean, obviously I haven't been doing a very good job of that so far, considering, yes, as you can see, considering all of their knights are absolutely just gunning for me right now, which is not good at all, because they do have lances. Oh no. Oh, that was close. That was very, very close, because one of those lances in your back and you are done for. You are absolutely done. So it's nice that that did not happen this time around, so that's good. Otherwise, I think we're okay. I probably need to go and... Whoa, okay, yes, I definitely need to go and assault these crossbowmen, because they are literally just raining arrows, bolts, and all other manner of projectiles at us, and we cannot allow that, can we? No, certainly not. So let's just try and run along their lines, try and slash them as much as we can. There we go, that's a little bit better. And we've actually distracted them long enough so that our infantry can deal with the cavalry, and now we are upon them already. And this should be a very decisive victory for us. And I'm actually kind of surprised, because obviously when I saw all of those knights coming at us, I thought to myself, oh yes, we're going to take a lot of casualties here, but no, we're actually not. That's primarily thanks to our surgery skill, of course, because our surgery skill right now is at 8, and I think it's at 8 plus 3, actually, so it's even better than than that, so that's pretty nice. It's technically at 11, I suppose, but not really, if you know what I mean. It's kind of just a soft value, I suppose, instead of a hard value, but anyway, yes. Many of you have, well, actually not many of you, but one of you has given me a very, very detailed comment, and thank you for this, because otherwise we would have had to have, well, just grounded or grinded or done all kinds of really terrible grinding with the honor rating. But with this particular method, I don't think I'm going to have to do that. And this method details raising a companion's charisma up, raising their persuasion up, and then sending that over to enemy monarchs and saying, hello, I'm another monarch, and how do you do, sort of thing. And that will give you 5 right to rule according to this fellow. And also, being able to make peace would also make a huge difference. Obviously there are, I think, according to you, there's between 13 and 17 companions. So that is also going to help, because if we get the full 17 maximum companion count and then send them off to get right to rule, we should, in theory, then only have to send an emissary over to maybe 3 lieges, and then we'll have enough to continue with our conquest, I suppose. So that sounds really, really good to me. So that means I won't have to bother with the honor any further, which would actually make my life a huge amount easier. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying that out. Obviously I do have to find another companion, so I'm going to be checking in all of the towns that we currently have under our control, which is Hashala, Jarkele, Valuka, Zendar, Yalen, Mithridius, and Hierosolima. And obviously I don't know whether I'm going to be going back to the Aztecs, really. I don't think they have taverns anyway, so yes, probably not going to be doing that. But anyway, we are now at Waldemar Castle, and as you can see, only about 135 in here. Now, one of you has stated, however, that this castle could potentially be a floating one. And if it is a floating one, I am going to be extremely disappointed, but let's just see. It is slightly. Oh no. Okay. Well, okay, so yeah, what I can do is I can just use my archers. That's basically all I can do. This is very, very disappointing, because this looks like a cool one, because look at the ladder. The ladder is really, really nicely sort of widened, whatever. Yeah, I'm just playing. Yeah, the ladder is very nicely wide here, and it's actually really, really tempting to get on there, but I will not be able to, unfortunately. Now, this is the thing. I have 29 archers, but they don't really seem to be doing too much. I can get out my bow. Let's, yeah, let us not forget that I actually have a bow, so I can use that a little bit here. I am being shot a little bit, but I suppose that's just how it is. And hopefully we can at least eliminate some of them. Now, this is the main thing here. What we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get them to surrender, but that is going to require us to kill at least, I don't know, 90% of the current garrison, and that is, I don't think, going to happen, actually. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to be a little bit too difficult for us to pull off. So maybe we won't be able to, but as you can see, we're getting quite a few headshots here. It's actually not going too badly. But as you see, there's a bunch of Agonic archers here, making it a little bit more difficult for us by attempting to kill us. But it's okay. I think we're pretty fine, but again, yes, we've killed 14. That's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. So yes, it is a different castle, unfortunately, and so I suppose what I'm going to have to do is just try again, and I'm going to try and just whittle them down over time and then see what I can do. Or we can actually take a look at the weekly kingdom budget, which is really fantastic, because that will mean that we're at the next stage of our technological advancement, and I'm very, very anxious to actually see what the bonuses are. So let's just go all the way down. Okay, It's actually not even showing us our profit anymore, but as you can see, our investments are 7.6 million, so I would assume that we're probably going to be spending, well, not spending, but gaining a huge amount. So yes, there we go. And there it is. Your kingdom has reached a new stage. This is the final stage. We gain +1 agility for all troops, +4 iron flesh for all troops, and +5% income. Now, it doesn't seem as though we've received any additional units, so I'm not entirely sure whether your comment was incorrect or whether it just doesn't tell me. Maybe that's the case, I don't know, but I suppose we're going to find out shortly. But yes, I'm going to need to charge in here again. Can I call for a meeting? No, it's not going to happen. Okay, so let's just lead our soldiers, I suppose. Maybe I should have changed my archers to be at the front of our army, or at the top, technically, in the army screen. That would probably make a difference, but I don't really want to just set them all out there and get them killed, but I guess that's just a risk I'm going to have to take, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing this for a little bit of time, and I guess I'll cut back when and if we get some progression. Well, wouldn't you look at this? Look at this amazing thing that I could have been doing all this time. Yeah, I've actually been fighting these guys for about 15 to 20 minutes, just retreating, building ladders, going in, killing 10 of them, and then coming back out. And it's actually kind of hilarious. Some of these guys actually fall off the edge here, so that's kind of nice. But as you can see, I could have just gone inside this entire time. I literally could have gone inside and used... Ah, hello! Archer, come here, please. Come here. Oh, you seemed... Okay, well, never mind. Okay, so, yes, I'm going to just use my focus, and we're going to try and take these guys out, because this would have been so much easier. Oh, I am so pained right now, because I did not realize that you could actually use the stairs here. I thought the entire castle was just infinitely blocked, basically, so we could not get up here any other way, but... Apparently there is. Apparently there is another way, and that was the way to go, and I cannot believe it, really. Ah. And just to mention, actually, wait a minute. Is there another one? Where's the other one? Where is the other enemy? Is he over here somewhere? Well, whatever the case, while I was building one of the ladders, and I think this was like the 4th or 5th time, Grand Master Adinicus himself decided to appear, and he actually got taken prisoner. Yeah, we took him prisoner, which was actually kind of amazing. I actually have no idea why he decided to attack us, because we did outnumber him. I did not show it on screen because he only had around 80 to 90 troops, and it was kind of pointless for me to show it because he just literally rolled over. There was no challenge whatsoever in that, and yeah, that's it. That is basically it. Look at that. That is... I can't believe that you could actually go in and circumvent the entire bug just by going around. Or is it? Ah, there we go. Phew. Okay, so we do actually... there we go. Surrender now or prepare to die. Yes. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. You will be ransomed and your soldiers will live. Yes, there we are. Okay, so I do get to take this guy prisoner. I'm going to do that. Thank you very much. And we do have a couple of rescued prisoners here. Can't take those. Don't really want to that much. And yeah, there we are. Ooh, there's a chipped morning star. That's actually really nice. It has some nice piercing damage. And there we have it. Okay, so now probably want to give this to Devlian. Gonna have to head back to Zendar at some point and actually raise the relations of all these guys. My tweak to give them +5 relation every single week is actually ineffective and has not worked for some reason, because I did actually do it correctly, but apparently it's not working. I'm not entirely sure why, but anyway, there we have it. The last of the Agonic Order's castles has been taken. Unfortunately, Telos Castle has been taken by the Saranids, but of course that was going to happen sooner rather than later because there was only a very small garrison there, and the lord we gave it to has apparently been the most incompetent fool ever. But I guess that's just how it is. Anyway, yes, we're losing Reindeer Castle as well, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. It's not a big deal. And how is it going? How is it going here? Well, not too bad. Not too bad. The only things that we've lost have been Telos Castle and a couple of things. You've reached a new stage of piety. Oh, okay, thank you very much. Our charisma has increased. by 1. I think that's mainly because of one of our buildings. Yes, one of our buildings in Zendar being complete, I think. So that's actually rather nice. Now, I think I can probably leave Waldemar Castle alone. We've lost Rindjar Castle as well. Okay, well, I'm going to have to do a little bit of off-screen besieging then. Shall we go over to Reindeer Castle, see if we can just get it back really quick? Maybe we can. Let's have a look. Let's have a look if there are any vassals around. I'm getting really annoyed with these messages popping up right now, but that's just how it is late game in Warband. I would very much appreciate it if you had an option to disable those, because I don't really need to know that that village is being raided. I mean, yes, if it's my only fief, then I would very much like to know, but I don't really need to know every single village in the entire kingdom. Apparently, the king of the Nords is spending so much time reinforcing Reindeer Castle. That's very, very weird. Not entirely sure why he would decide to do that, but okay. Now the Rodocks have advanced to stage 4 as well, so let's just rush on to Zendar then, I suppose, and see if we can take a small look at the new units. Because if there were new units, that is, I'm actually unsure about that, but I suppose we're going to find out very, very soon. And apparently one of our vassals has just been taken prisoner. Ah, look at this! Jamish Castle has just been besieged by Mleza. Aha, so Jamish Castle is all the way over here, and he's probably going to take it from the Vaegirs. Thank you very much, because that is one of the only vassals that has decided to do something useful. Ah, yes, I'm actually really, really happy that someone has actually done that. Oh, there we go, we're getting prestige and piety every single day now, or something? Well, that's actually pretty cool, because... oh, well, we don't need charisma so much. I suppose it's kind of useful, but we don't really need it too much. Anyway, let's get into Zendar and take a look at those new units if I can. Waldemar Castle. Well, at least we're going to eliminate the Agonic Order, I suppose. That is the main goal that we had. And hopefully we'll be able to send some of our people away and get them going with some right to rule and a nice emissary. No, there does not seem to be any additional troops, so whoever left that comment, sorry to let you know, but apparently you were a little bit incorrect there, so it's kind of a shame. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to execute these guys. Yes, you do not deserve leniency. Yes, there we are. Okay, so the liege is probably going to stay in our prisoner's hold for now, and we might let him go dependent on if the Agonic Order gets eliminated. I mean, I haven't seen any of their vassals defect so far, so I'm hopeful that we'll just get that going first, and then we'll see how it goes. Now, I think that this guy right here, he is actually a higher title than our own vassals, so maybe he has a higher renown value or something along those lines. But where do we want to head to now? We want to go over to... well, we were taking a look at the new units, weren't we? But that's pretty much it. There's nothing else I can do. We are at the final stage, so that's pretty much it. I can't really do much else. I could go to the court diplomat to dispatch an emissary, but of course I don't really have anyone there that can be very useful. I could invest in some other things here, but even that is not going to be particularly good. Shall I proclaim an edict? Yes, we probably need to increase our craftsmen a little bit, don't we? Okay, so prohibit carrying weapons in the town. That seems fine. And we do have a huge amount of vassals here. Maybe we should accept some vassals or something, but I think for now... let's see. Well, religious uniformity, no, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is just go to the town management screen. I think everything has been built apart from this. That is currently being built, I suppose, but we probably want to get some other things here, so maybe some mines or something. That might be an idea, so let's do that. It's going to take 18 days. And let's see, is there anything else? No, we don't need tech points. Ah, Statue of Freya. There we are. That's what we need, because that gives us another 1% to conversion rate, which is very nice. That's going to take 12 days. Oh, we don't have enough funds. It's 112,000 florins. I'm going to have to donate a little bit to the treasury But that seems to be it. There's nothing much more I can do right now. Gonna need to do a little bit more off-screen by the looks of things. Ah, there's a firearm seller. Maybe I should buy this pistol. I'm gonna buy the pistol and 10 bullets. Thank you very much. Wow, that's actually really cheap, and the accuracy is actually not that bad either. My firearm skill is absolutely atrocious though, so I'm probably not going to be able to shoot with great accuracy or anything like that, but yes, I think that will be it for this episode. A little bit of a slower progression episode, so I'm sorry about that, but the thing we've actually done, which is what we wanted to do initially, was just to eliminate the Agonic Order, and we have done that, so that's good. As far as I'm aware, I think they'll probably be eliminated very soon. We've taken a look and we've gotten to the next tech level. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be new units. I don't know why there isn't, but okay. Seems a little bit weird that there wasn't, but that's absolutely fine because we do gain a bunch of Iron Flesh from that anyway. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you the next time.